This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch.
Andy Moore, Crispin here in the Nintendo booth at E3 2010. I just touched the 3DS. That's a pretty good experience. Now, we had to beg, borrow, and steal and kind of elbow a little bit to get in here. It wasn't that easy. The lineup is just crazy.
Yeah, we've had a long lineup ever since we opened this morning, and I think it's going to be here all week. Nintendo 3DS is a brand new product. It's something that needs to be played. You need to hold it, you need to look at it. There's no way to capture on camera other than your own two eyes to see how totally awesome Nintendo 3DS is.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the first of its kind, right? I mean, there have been kind of little forays into 3D before. You know, we remember virtual reality helmets and Virtual Boy and all kinds of like early kind of attempts at 3D, maybe a little bit forward thinking, but now it's actually, and I mean, having just, played around with it a little bit, it really feels like it's a reality now.
Yeah, Virtual Boy basically allowed us to take a step into the third dimension, literally, and ever since then we've been trying to figure out the best way to bring 3D to you without any glasses, and that's what Nintendo 3DS is all about.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people questioning whether or not it's actually possible, but as you've seen, as everybody else in this booth is seeing, you can have your photos taken in 3D, which is brand new, and you don't need those glasses, and it looks awesome. The system has more processing power, so the graphics themselves are already incredible. It's also got widescreen on the top.
Yes, that's very nice.
And it's not even about the tech specs, it's about the experience that you get when you play. The other thing with 3DS that worth noting is that we will have the strongest support from third-party developers that we've ever had on any system ever.
At the press conference this morning, we were talking about, talking a little bit about, Metal Gear Solid will come one day, and the crowd erupts in cheers. And what were some of the other games we talked about seeing coming down the pipe?
Well, you're going to see Resident Evil Revelations,
That'll be good.
One of my favorite franchises. So
That'll be cool
one's coming
in 3D too, because that's always kind of a bit of a scary game.
It's freaky, and you know what? When you have to kind of peek around a corner in a horror game, you have fear, and your heart starts beating faster. Well, now those corners are a lot more in perspective, and the darkness is that much more literally in your face.
Right.
So I think you're going to see a lot of things from the core developers. That's why Konami is definitely experimenting around. All the developers are experimenting. We've got still tons in development ourselves. Right. So you're going to see a lot.
Well, I mean, Nintendo always does a pretty strong catalog to support its own launch properties. And now, like you said, the third-party support. I think the big thing is, I mean, let's just be honest here. Like, video game developers are creators and artists too, right? Like, they want to use the next new technology, something that just completely changes the way you make a game.
Exactly.
And I mean, that really, the 3DS is kind of, it's brand new, right?
It's literally a game changer, and we're always about innovation at Nintendo, but this is a leap forward. There's a huge trend right now for 3D. In video games. It's not new, but what is brand new is no glasses.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what you're going to see, and that's what you've seen. And it's just amazing, and people gasp when they see it for the first time. That's what happened to me, and that's what you see happening to people in this room. And
well, I mean, no, really,
awesome.
I mean, we both wear glasses. Yeah. You really don't want to be wearing a pair of special specs over your glasses. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable. And also, I mean, who wants to go on the bus or train wearing a pair of 3D glasses? I think one thing that I thought was really cool, one thing that really is kind of a, could be a big game changer. We talked a little bit about seeing some movie trailers on the 3DS.
Yes.
Now that's kind of all the 3D movies now, it really is like a $10,000 investment in order to be able to watch them. But now we're seeing some trailers coming out. I'm assuming you can't really talk too much about the movie strategy.
I can't talk about a lot of the product right now, actually. We're at E3 to show it, get people's reactions, tell people about the fact that it's got two cameras that are outward facing, which is like it's one pair of eyeballs. That allows you to take 3D pictures. The fact that you can watch 3D movies on Nintendo 3DS is just the beginning. So we're only saying a little bit that yes, it can be done. What does that mean for the system? We'll have to see what the future brings.
Absolutely.
But will I be watching Avatar if I have the ability to do it on my 3DS? Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll come over and we'll do that together. All right, so we don't know exactly when it's coming out. We're saying, like fiscal 2011, is that correct?
Yeah, so it's going to come out within our fiscal year, and we still have a lot of work to do with it.
Absolutely, of course.
But, we're well on our way to having this in consumers' hands as soon as possible.
So price points, all that stuff, yet to be determined.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're still working on.
Keep us in the loop, okay?
Yeah, I will.
We'll look forward to seeing more. Matt, thank you very much.
Sounds good, thank you.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch.